Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Only Single Player who gives a shit? Only Single Player podcast number 10. This is, by the way, my final episode. I am the host, Adam McDermott, and despite being on it for the last 1 to 10 weeks or so, I'm taking my leave. It's very pitiful, it's very sad, and it is unfortunate. Either way, I tend on going out with a bang, a massive bang, splooching all over Nathan Hughes.
Hello.
And Randy Fluharty.
I don't know what splooching is, but I want to know what splooching is.
Have you ever seen Archer?
No, I have not.
Ah, you're missing out.
Yeah, I hear
Sploosh. It's a magnificent series.
So this is my third final appearance.
Listen, man, you got to get out, okay? Like, at least when I say it's my final appearance, I mean it.
Yeah, you mean it. You actually get out. When I say, like, oh, this is the last time you hear from me, I come back 2 more times, minimum.
Oh, yeah, that's my final appearance, too. Forgot to throw that in as well.
Also
Adam.
Nate's final appearance.
Yeah, it's my final appearance. I'm also leaving the site because me and Adam are, like, total bros. No, I'm just leaving because, I've been on the site for nearly a year now. It's just past a year now, and I just kind of said, it's more professional on the side, and it's like, I'll just stick to it as a hobby, and I just I had to call it a day, and yeah, that's about it, really.
Also, the terminal cancer. Can't forget that.
Oh God, Jesus, we're going straight dark already.
Yep.
Like, the jokes aren't going to get any lighter from here on out, folks.
No, that's it. Like, this is the dark middle chapter right here.
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest, my throat cancer from sucking so much dick is just prevalent, so I gotta take my leave.
That explains so
All right.
much.
All right,
that explains the rash on me, anyways. So.
Oh, fucking hell. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final podcast ever done by myself, Nathan Hughes, and Randy Fluharty. You lucky devils. You get the trifecta as we make our leave. Don't worry though, the podcast, I'm hoping, I've reached out to Jerry Lavelle. I'm hoping I have your last name correctly. Jerry is an expert podcaster. He once hosted the Clutch Gaming podcast, very successful. He's very good at podcasting, and I'm hoping to hand the reins over to him, and more than likely he will make this podcast more successful than ever.
And if you want to keep going with us, maybe if you stick around to the end of the show, you can find out a way to hear from us again.
Okay, so once Jerry takes over, if you want to keep up with myself, Adam, you can follow me on YouTube at youtube.com/AdamMVP. I do a bunch of stuff on YouTube. I got this amazing series called Platinum Journey, where I document the highs and lows of attaining a platinum in a particular game. The Last of Us is the game I'm focusing on right now, and is the whole video, 32-minute runtime, is going to be released on Friday. And in the meantime, there'll be like an opinion show, a compilation video of fun times with Half-Life. Magnificent. So you can check that out. If you want to keep up to date on all things Randy, you can go to
youtube.com/RANTASTIC Productions. It's a real stupid name. I've since changed the name of the channel because it's real stupid. No one gets the joke. So the joke is that basically it's a Let's Play channel. Dusty, for God's sake! Sorry, my dog keeps jingling his collar. So the
don't you say balls?
Israel about balls.
I gotta let my dog out of the room. Hang on. Talk amongst
Anyways, well,
so if the viewers can find Nathan, where can they go?
Yeah, well, I'm not really active on YouTube like you guys, but I do tweet a lot. So if you want, you can follow me at my Twitter account, which is so my name's Nathan Hughes, and you just swap the first 2 letters. So Hayton News. So Hayton _news, and yeah, I'll be definitely posting future content. Maybe if I do a WordPress site or something like that, I'll definitely refer it back to my Twitter. So if you want to take a read of it, don't worry, I'll be sure to keep writing anyways and making fine content for all you lovely folk out there. But as of now, I'm taking a short break because hey, it's still summer and I got a lot of movies to watch.
Yeah, also you got this great piece about great moments in games, especially the boss Kronos in God of War.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
oh, I'm so you've told me about it. I'm so excited to see that video.
I'm teasing this a little bit, but yeah. So like Adam was saying, I'm going to be doing a video, probably my first kind of what's the word I'm thinking of? Research, kind of criticism video. Maybe more in-depth discussion, I think. Yeah, that'd probably be a better word for it. Anyways, I'm going to be doing a video discussing gaming greats. So probably the best bits of games I've played. And one of those just so happens to be, like you said, the boss battle in God of War 3, the Kronos boss battle. And I actually did a lot of digging, and I found so many cool details about it. And I can't wait to tell everyone, like, just how much more they should appreciate the boss battle going into it, because it is really, really fucking cool. Once you know the background behind it, and I'm sure if people know already, they're probably like, oh, I know what he's going to say. But if you don't know the mythology behind it, you're going to be in for a wee little treat. So yeah, you can. I'll be sure to link that on my Twitter, which is Hayton News, if you forgot already.
I remember.
Yeah, don't worry, Randy's got it. If you don't know it, just bug Randy on YouTube.
Yeah, just
follow
go to
Randy on YouTube. Which is Randy? What is it again?
Oh yeah, now that you.
I am right.
Now that I've killed my dog.
I'm the master of segueing, so take it, Randy.
It is Rantastic Productions. Rantastic as in fantastic, but with an R. So I was explaining the joke. The joke. So you know how a lot of Let's Players like, this is blah 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 from production studios, whatever, and it's just people in their parents' basement. It was a mock on that, but no one seems to get it. People think I'm serious with that title, so I changed it to just my name now. And basically, it's me just playing video games and being goofy.
What is that one playthrough you had that is so cool to watch? I can't believe you actually did it. The Resident Evil one.
Yeah, Resident Evil. I'm up to 3 now. I've
done I watched
1 and 2.
I watched your Resident Evil 3 Nemesis playthrough, and you like. And you started off going, hey, so I'm going to play World of Warcraft. And you started the whole entire thing is like, so World of Warcraft graphics aren't this shit, are they?
Yeah.
Have I been away for a while? It was so funny.
Yeah, it's...
You're like, wait, is this Resident Evil 3? Ah, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I try to be different. Like, I don't try to be like the, hi, this is, Bluntmaster 420XX here again with another Let's Play. Like, I don't try to do that crap.
Bluntmaster is one of our fans, apparently. You know.
Yeah, Bluntmaster. Yeah. I resent that, guys.
Yeah. Well, Randy may not be a very funny guy at all. You know, he does very funny YouTube videos, so be sure.
Yep. See, if you think I'm really boring here, check out my YouTube videos. It's nothing like that at all.
Exactly. They actually are very, very funny, and I say this as a person who hates Let's Plays, and they're hilarious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
You're welcome.
So Randy is great at Rantastic Productions. Adam is great at Adam MVP, and Nathan is great at
fucking about. Yeah.
HATANNUGHES on Twitter.
Brilliant.
And the site is magnificentonlysp.com, where you'll find the latest news, reviews, and previews. Yes, you will indeed. Okay, moving on though. Plugs out of the way. Randy, what have you been up to in the last couple of weeks since you last been on the podcast?
So, I've been playing Resident Evil 3.
Woo!
I don't know if you heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't we just talk about that? But carry on.
So, I like Resident Evil, those games. I like them quite a bit. 1 and 2 I played a ton as a child. I've barely ever touched Resident Evil 3. It's really interesting trying to play a funny YouTube Let's Play when you don't know what to expect in the game. I know a little bit of it. I did play it a little bit, but not enough to remember. So, like, I'm very clearly lost in the YouTube videos, which is either horribly frustrating or amazingly hilarious. I don't know. You be the judge at Rantastic Productions. That's at YouTube if you want to go check it out.
I was like, please God, do not spell it out
Please,
again.
for the love of God. Yeah.
If you feel like it's boring, you should just throw in that SpongeBob cutaway. You know, like 2 hours later, then you eventually find your way out of police station or whatever.
Can you hurry along? I'm all out of time cards. So it's interesting being an adult playing those games again because I see flaws now that I didn't before. Specifically with Resident Evil 3, being chased by the Nemesis, while it adds a layer of tension that the other ones don't have, it's also super freaking annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, he's always freaking there. He won't leave you alone. It's just like, okay, yeah, for the first 2 times he shows up, he's like, oh, this guy sucks. It's like a big boss battle every time you fight him. And you don't have to, which is actually kind of interesting. You don't have to fight him. You can run away.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do fight him, you get rewards. So you actually get an incentive to fight him. The problem is that he's pretty tough. And you have to fight him like 1,000 times. I'm pretty sure it's literally 1,000. No, it's not. But it's a lot, and it's annoying. And while it's scary the first few times you run into him, after a while you're just like, oh, well, there's Nemesis again. He's going to stars. And it's just not... like, I don't know. And a lot of the... It's... Well, I guess not a lot of, but there's a section that's just ripped right out of Resident Evil 2. The exact same backgrounds and everything. Nothing has changed. Because it's like a side story to Resident Evil 2. So, yeah. It's not as good as the other two games.
If you had to give it a score, because I know you love doing that, what would you give it?
Well, I haven't finished it yet, and I don't like to do that.
That's fair.
But 0.
Ooh.
Yep. I'm kidding. It's all right.
10 out of 10.
Yep. And if we want to keep going on what I've been playing.
Yeah, sure, because...
Murdered Soul Suspect. Also a video that you can see on youtube.com/rantastic.
Wait, how do you spell that again? I
it's
completely forget.
Rantastic. It's fantastic with an R Productions.
So that's FART Tastic Productions. Okay, nice. Right,
no,
I got it.
It's RANT. Yeah, I'm sure no one knows what it is now. We've spelled it wrong, or it's like, oh god,
someone's going to end up typing in Fartastic Productions.
I've typed this in so many times and I still haven't gotten there. Why don't these guys spell it right for once? Murdered Soul Suspect.
Ooh.
So
I heard not great.
I'll tell you what it is first. It's
brilliant.
It's kind of like
Tell me.
an adventure game where you're solving your own murder. The game starts off a real brief character backstory to let you know who you are. This guy can, for some reason, inexplicably grow tattoos on his body. At least that's what it seems like. And then you're murdered, Soul Suspect. And you see it happen. You don't really know who it is or why it happened. Or you don't even necessarily know why you're there. It just kind of happens, and then you're a ghost. And it's like, okay, now I'm dead. I should probably figure out why I'm dead. And then you go.
Probably.
And you try to solve the murder as a dead guy. It's kind of an interesting concept until you play it.
I agree with you. As in, it is a fascinating concept, and I was so excited about the entire process. New IP, new ideas, new mechanics, and yet it completely failed on all of it.
So the big gameplay hook is that you look around for clues, which is kind of boring as it is. You're just looking around the environment to find clues about a particular scene. And then once you have all those compiled, you select 3, at least from what I can tell, of the most relevant clues. Which, how are you supposed to know what's the most relevant? It's so weird because, to me, I think the murder weapon is a pretty relevant clue, but the game doesn't seem to think that. You know, like, it's super weird. And there'll be times, like, there'll be side quests that are basically just the same thing. You look for clues. But the side quest that, when you talk to the ghost to get the side quest, that in itself is a clue. The person tells you about the murder. You're like, okay, go check this out, and then that's a clue. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, there's no way that's the most relevant clue. Guess what? It was the most relevant clue. It's so freaking stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's it's such a pity. I like, is there enough ideas in place that for the hopefully next entry in the series they could capitalize on it and iron out all the flaws?
I'm not sure if there's going to be another sequel to this.
I think they'd have to redo the whole gameplay hook because I just don't think it works. I think it's a good idea in theory, but in practice it sucks.
Yeah.
I think they need to figure something else out.
That's
How are the stealth sections in the game?
Okay, so I haven't gotten there yet. I played it for
Okay.
like an hour and a half,
All
maybe an hour, and stopped. The stealth, I can see the glimpses of it because. Have you guys ever seen the movie Ghost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, when the demons come and grab the ghosts and bring them to hell. It kind of reminds me of that. Like, there are demons that show up. You're clearly going to have to run from those.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen videos of the stealth sections. It seems awful, but I haven't gotten there yet, so I will reserve judgment. But let's be honest, it's probably bad.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, I'm looking at sales estimated, like varying, like estimated, like 250,000 sold.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it on a Steam. No, it wasn't a Steam sale. I think it was Green Man Gaming, and I bought it for like $10, and the game just came out
Yeah.
like 2 months ago. So come on, it's
To be honest, it's such a pity because it has such an interesting concept, yet fails to deliver on it.
I would like to see him try it again. You know, because
But
there is
it's
something there.
unfortunately it's not going to happen.
No, it's
due to
not.
low
It's
sales.
absolutely not going to happen.
As in, Murdered Soul Suspect 2 could be, if they got a lot of kinks corrected, and if they got a more polished, more like cohesive, it could be in the running for Game of the Year.
Honestly, if they just ditch the name Murdered Soul Suspect and do it again with a different name, I mean, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Surdered Mole Suspect. There you go.
Like, yeah, there you go, perfect. You
As
can
in,
have that
it's
one for free.
it's so unfortunate because it is a new IP with a different idea, but its mechanics completely let it down.
Yeah, it's not a first-person shooter. Like, it's a refreshing idea, and I've been in the mood for story-driven games like that. So, the idea of a murder mystery, which is kind of not really utilized in video games that much. There really aren't that many, and so I'm like, okay, this is on paper, this is hitting everything for me. But once I start playing, I'm like, I don't want to actually play this. If I could just watch this, but then it's just a crappy movie because it's not as good as a movie. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with like that point that sometimes you do often get a game that it's more interesting to watch someone else play it than you'd actually play it yourself because you're not
And-
kind of griping with the controls. You just get to see
And
someone else do it for you.
And if you want to watch someone else play it, might I recommend going to youtube.com/Rantastic Productions.
That's right, guys. Fartastic Productions are hosting Murdered Soul Suspect. Oh, we
Yep, Fred Shannon Protections.
What's your Twitter, Randy? What's your Twitter?
It's Randy Fluharty.
at Fartastic.
Perfect. Perfect.
It's my name.
Alright,
Tartastic
grand.
Productions.
Okay, Randy, we're going to skip on from yourself there, you shameless plug whore. And
Closure
we're going to
plug.
move on to Nathan. What have you been up to since last week when you bailed me out? What have you been up to?
Ah, yes. When I'm not digging my friends out of holes. I'm
When
playing...
you're not saving the podcast,
Yeah.
what are you up to?
So yeah, if you guys don't know, some guy was who was meant to come on the cast? I can't remember. I think it was Trip was meant to come on the cast, right?
It was no. Sorry,
Jerry.
It was no. They weren't able.
Right.
Okay.
Like they were busy or other things happened. It didn't work out.
Yeah. So I put on my
And
Superman
if it wasn't
t-shirt.
for yourself,
Yeah.
last week's podcast
Threw on my cape.
would never have happened.
Drew on my Superman t-shirt.
Yeah, as in,
Flew
like, yeah,
saved
I
the
gave you. I'll be honest. I gave you 4 hours notice. I said, "Listen, can you do this?" And you went, "Yes, I can,"
Yes, I can.
because you're a pal.
Yeah,
And I went,
there you
"Oh, sweet!
And he has no
What a legend! I shall, if I ever meet you in person, I shall buy you a pint of Guinness,
Oh, lovely.
or Coors, or Bulmers,
I just-
whatever is your fancy.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
care."
I might get something exotic, like a Long Island iced tea, just to
Appletini.
Sex on the beach.
Oh, yeah,
sex
yeah.
on the beach,
whatever's
you know?
whatever's expensive. Oh,
and then after that we
Tullamore
can have a
Dew.
cocktail.
Yeah, I was just saying a glass of Tullamore Dew.
Yeah.
Top shelf
Oh,
level.
actually, speaking of which, do you ever see that ad, the parting glass done by Tullamore Dew?
Yes, I've seen it. I think you linked
That
it to me
is
before. It's very, very nice. ad.
Brilliant! Oh my word! In fact, that like the ad, if anyone was listening, the type into YouTube, the parting glass, Tullamore Tullomore, I think.
Yep.
Dew, DEW, and it is one of the most beautiful things ever created in advertising and Irish symbolism, Irish culture, and It is magnificent. In fact, it is so good that I brought that song onto my iPod, and it is majestic. Which is why after myself and Nathan have sex on the beach, we'll go to the pub and order cocktails. Hopefully sex on the beach. Who knows? You know, it might be feeling frisky.
What else to compliment a lovely evening?
Is it getting hot in here?
Yes, very much so. Hot and
yes,
hurt.
indeed.
Anyways, so what have I been playing with? Adam. No, I mean, I've been playing Rayman Legends.
What am I playing with? Adam. No, I haven't been playing with Adam.
This isn't what you want to been playing. This is what you have been playing.
Alright.
Nathan, the amount of homoeroticism on this episode is absurd.
Sexual heat is just melting the listeners' ears right now.
Yeah, listen, Nathan, you have a girlfriend, alright? Calm yourself down.
I mean, she doesn't listen, does she?
I hope not.
Because if she does, she's either in for a pleasant surprise or
Is she in the room?
a
She's in
disappointment.
the room, isn't she?
What is she? Yeah, she is.
Is she actually?
Yeah,
Is she
like,
near you?
She's like quietly listening to her iPod. Yes.
Do you want to bring her on?
No, she's
Ask
good.
her.
I actually turned around. She's like, no.
Oh, God,
Do you want
no.
to bring her on? We can talk to her.
Oh yeah, she would love that. Yeah. She would
Actually,
love
yeah,
that.
bring her on. Bring her on.
No,
What's her name?
no, she doesn't want. No, she doesn't want it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, she's shaking her head.
She wants no
tell
part
her-
of this.
Tell her she is lovely and she is invited.
Adam, it's not going to
Says
work.
Adam. Yeah.
It's not going to work. It didn't work back then. It's not going to work now.
Yeah, she's just like, wait, why? So I think that,
Because she say to her, Adam says that you are lovely, and you'll be a great addition to the
he would be
podcast.
the great addition to the podcast. By the way, he's like several beers deep as well. No, several alcohols deep.
I see.
There you go. Don't know if you picked
There
up.
you go.
Just slowly
She's
nodded. I
been
see.
featured on the podcast.
Here we go. Special guest. There you go. She's too busy. She's been playing the Kim Kardashian game. That's what she's.
I played it once.
Oh, she played it once. Never mind.
I'm saying I downloaded it, so I would not be aware of the edition.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She said that's the latest game she's played. So yeah.
Tell her no worries. Catch you next time.
Grand. He said, "Catch you next time." Oh gosh, she's there.
All right, Nate, so what have you been playing?
What have I been playing? Oh yeah, as I was saying before, I was lovingly interrupted.
Lovingly.
There you go.
Lovingly. Oh. whoosh.
I meant by you, but sure. Yeah, I've been playing.
The only single fucker in the entire podcast.
You are the only single player. Might I say.
I was going to say it. I resisted. I couldn't.
Yes.
It's playa.
Playa, yeah.
Single playa.
Playa.
Boy. How many people can we offend in this podcast?
Only single playa.
I'd say we're up to at least 10.
10 people.
Man, I got
Or 10 groups of people.
I got the other podcast going with Celtic Gamer, by the way. CelticGamer.com. Go to the only Celtic Gamer podcast on iTunes, and you'll find myself, Mitch, and Ross insulting numerous personalities, including nuns, religious folks, French people, a wide variety. Celtic Gamer podcast on iTunes. Check it out. Thank you very much.
And wait,
I'd just like
okay,
to
so yeah,
where can I find
apologize. I'd like to apologize on behalf of our non-French listeners.
Oh shit! We apparently offended quadriplegics,
Oh, God.
but you know what they going to
But
do?
I mean,
about
they can't fight back. So
it? Yeah, like, what are you going to do? Fucking wobble?
they'll move their automatic wheelchair at us.
Anyways,
We'll just step to the side. We'll be fine.
yeah, I've been playing Rayman Legends.
Oh, Rayman Legends. Okay.
Right, so yeah, I actually this was a Christmas gift from my girlfriend. There you go.
Christmas is a while ago.
Yeah, but I'm just replaying it now because I forgot how great it was. Yeah, it's really fun. My favorite bits are the music
Nate.
levels.
Nate,
Yeah?
you got something scratching the mic there.
Oh, sorry,
Oh,
that was me. Oh yeah, so my
what the fuck were you doing?
'Cause
Were you opening a can?
no, yeah, that was before. Yeah, I was opening a can, and now it was me scratching the screen. Yeah, so right, here's another story. So I have a HP laptop, and it's in absolute tatters right now. It's just it's
yes.
breaking down. I had to replace the battery, and the week after I replaced it, the fucking hinge came off the screen like today.
Yeah.
Because I knew when I came back into the room and I saw the laptop screen was like slightly askew, and I was like, whoa, that shouldn't be like that. And then I just realised, yeah, it's completely fucked. So now I can't close the lid on my laptop. I have to leave it open. It's being held together with blue tack and glue, super glue. And some of the super glue got on the screen, and I was just trying to quietly scratch it off, but apparently it wasn't so quiet.
And you can't tell at all. It sounds perfect.
Yeah, like I was really worried that the wire connecting the keyboard to the screen would like get nicked or twisted or teared or whatever. So yeah, I was really like, oh, what am I going to do? But yeah, it's grand. I just can't bring my laptop anywhere. So my laptop.
That was Rayman Legends.
Yes, that was Rayman Legends, by the way. No,
let's talk about Rayman Legends.
Yes,
I like
because it is a good
Legends.
game.
It is a good
So
game.
yeah, I got Origins before because I was like, I don't really have any games to play with my girlfriend, and she thought it was really fun.
Aww.
Yeah, so we played Origins, and then she got me Legends for Christmas, and it's a freaking blast to play.
Nathan, I think yourself and the missus might be the best couple I've ever encountered.
Oh yeah, it's a total bromance.
It's like a bromance with sexy times. It's perfect.
I mean,
Well, Adam,
you
play
don't-
your cards right, and you never know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, isn't that just a bromance? Because I've been doing. If that's not the case, I've been doing it wrong. This
Can we
whole
can
time.
we link
It's like-
the bro job story in the? No, we can't do that. do you remember that old the bro job story? Who were like, haha, stop putting your weed in your mouth. Don't worry, bro. It's just a bro job. Oh, dude, you're so gay.
Listen, man, there's nothing gay about getting your dick sucked,
Oh, gosh,
right?
okay.
There's nothing gay about that.
Brilliant.
So you suck me off, I'll suck you off. No homo.
This is like a round table right here.
Circle jerk.
Jesus. Okay, so I was
So
playing
Rayman
Rayman
Legends
Legends. This is like the fucking fourth time I've tried to talk about this game. I've been playing Rayman Legends, and yeah, like I said, the music levels are absolutely the best bit in the game. So you have like what are the songs? You have Eye of the Tiger,
Black Betty.
Black Betty, Bam
Ooh, Black Betty, damn I
and what else? I can't. I don't name the song. It just goes like.
So I haven't played through the entire game.
That one. Yeah.
What, like, so those there are levels that are clearly designed for the touchscreen on the Wii U. Have you noticed those levels?
Yeah, I have.
So
and they
suck.
Yeah, but they are so much more forgiving on console.
Okay, so
Like-
I haven't played through the entire game, but the levels that I did notice, I'm like, wow, these kind of blow.
So
How many are there, and are they less annoying?
You played this on the Wii U, right?
I played it on PC.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, I got to the touchscreen levels and knew that, like, oh, this is clearly designed
Oh,
for touchscreen.
okay. Yeah,
And I'm
no, like
this sucks.
so if you're playing, for anyone who doesn't know what Randy means, like when you're playing the game, a new addition to Legends over Origins is that the little green guy, I think his name's Murphy or something like that, he pops up on screen and he can help you interact with the environment, like doing stuff like opening a gate or making a platform move left and right. But if you're playing it on like touchscreen, like a Wii U or PS Vita, my friend played on the PS Vita and he said it was so bad, it was terrible. Yeah, you have to actually physically touch the screen to make a move. But on the console, and I'm pretty sure on the PC, you just press a button and it does it for you. Like, you don't have to swipe, just press circle, and I played on PS3. I just press circle and the Murphy guy just moved the platform for me, as opposed to on the PS Vita where you would have to physically move it with your finger, and that is just no fun because you were in the middle of playing it with the controls, the analog stick, and then you have to touch the screen while still moving. So it's awkward, I can imagine, on the handheld devices and Wii U, but it wasn't a problem on consoles. But yeah, those levels turn up every 2 or so.
Yeah,
like
they're
every
just
so often.
They're just not fun because you're waiting for that little green guy to get to the spot. Like, half the time, I'm going faster than the little green guy is a lot of the time. And once he gets there, I just like, oh, so now I just press a button and I can move forward. Why wouldn't you just let me move forward? So if they aren't better on the touchscreen, because at least on the touchscreen you're like, oh, I'm interacting with this. It's kind of, I mean, apparently it's bad. I don't know. I haven't played it. But
yeah, no. Be thankful you played it on a PC instead of having to play it on the touchscreen.
So at what point do you just get rid of those levels? Like, is that something when you played Rayman Origins? Were you thinking like, you know what would make this game better? touchscreen levels. No,
No,
you
I
weren't.
know,
You were
definitely
thinking like, this is a great game. I just want another one.
Yeah, I agree. It's a stupid feature for sure, but the music levels in the game totally make up for it, and then the bonus levels in the game make up for it even more. So, how far have you played the game through all the way?
No, not all the way. I got
Okay.
about halfway, I think.
Right. So, it's a bit of a spoiler or whatever. So if you don't want to hear it,
That's fine.
Skip ahead. Like,
Just skip ahead.
No, if I can
we'll
go
say
first.
15 seconds.
yeah. Okay. So,
Hey.
alright, no, I give it like a minute.
Okay.
So you
man.
get these special kind of filters when you play the game. So what happens is when you're playing the game, the camera can split into 4 screens and then keep splitting up until it gets really small as you're playing a level.
Okay.
So it's usually levels where the boss level where something's being thrown at you and you have to run through, and yeah, the screen can get smaller. Another level was like it gets pixelated. Like it just these all little touches, and the music turns into 8-bit music. So you have like Black Betty,
alright.
and that turns into
That's pretty cool.
like do 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 do, instead of like having the guitar or the blam blam the guy singing it. It just turns into 8-bit music, which is really really cool. And yeah, like that's the kind of thing you'd probably see for DLC. It's like, oh, get the 8-bit pack for Rayman Legends. It's like, no, this is free. Enjoy. It's like, cool.
Yeah, that game, the reason I got burnt out on it because I bought it pretty close to when it came out and sat down and played it for like 3 to 6 hours in one sitting. And then I'm like, all right, I'm going to take a break. And then I just forgot about its existence. You bringing up Rayman Legends, I'm like, oh yeah, that game exists and I haven't finished it. I should go back and play it. And it's, the controls are fantastic. The level design is great. It's challenging. It's not as hard as Origins from my experience.
No,
But it's still
definitely.
pretty tough. And it's a great game. The art's great. It's charming. You should play that game.
Definitely
Yeah.
a co-op game. I'd say it for only single players, but yeah,
That too.
it's much better with 2 players at least. You can play it fine 1 player, but like it's more fun to play with.
It's also probably harder. I
yeah,
imagine.
definitely, because you're kind of competing for coins. It's
It's
a
like
bit
the
like
Super Mario Brothers
on like
thing
steroids.
where
Yeah, it's good. So what about you, Adam, our lovely drunken host? What have you been up to?
XCOM, son.
Oh, lovely.
Moving on.
for a change. Changing it
I'll
up.
be honest, like there's nothing. I've been playing XCOM Enemy with Unknown religiously for the last fucking. My gaming habits. I'm one of those people who I gravitate towards one particular game, and that's all I play. And for the last 10 weeks, the only 2 games I've played are The Last of Us, which you can find the Platinum Journey, The Last of Us, on Adam MVP on YouTube. Bing!
Yeah, I was going to set you up for that. I'm glad you took it and just ran
Cheers,
with
bud. But yeah, it's coming out on the 22nd of August. Platinum Journey, The Last of Us. I document the highs and lows of obtaining a platinum in some brilliant games, and this time it is The Last of Us. So go check it out. But
yeah, I recommend you do because the Platinum Journey that I watched, which was Uncharted 2, was great.
oh, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But yeah, it's coming out August 22nd, and after I finished The Last of Us, I started playing XCOM Enemy Within religiously. Randy, you were the catalyst for this, by the way, because a little backstory. I said in the chat, only SP chat, that I'm playing XCOM again, and Randy said, "Oh, I've got like a gift code for that game. Does anybody want it?" I went, "Yes, please." So Randy gave it to me on PC, which runs a lot smoother than consoles, like 10 times smoother. It's ridiculous. So I started this video series called XCOM Journals, which is like an entry into like a game's tale style of video, and I'm quite happy with it. It'll be released next few weeks on.
And where can we find that?
You can find it on YouTube /Adam MVP.
Okay.
Yeah, brilliant. But yeah, as in XCOM has more or less devoured my life. I switched from PC back to console because I want to pursue the Platinum Trophy in XCOM. Because it's such a great game to play anyway. It's nice to have these little goals, these little objectives, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It is one of the best games I've ever played, and I highly recommend it.
I also really like it.
Yeah, actually, myself and Randy had some. Oh my word, we had
Oh,
some
God.
incredible matches against each other. Like our matches against each other. In fact, Randy, the next match we have against each other, we should probably record.
Yeah,
Because-
I recorded the first couple that we did, but they were goofy matches. They weren't serious. Once they got serious, unfortunately I was not recording at the time. So
Because it's like here, people don't know. Myself and Randy had a match against each other, and it came down to I won with one soldier with one health.
yeah,
It was that tight.
heartbroken.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't heard from for days afterwards because I was in a coma. I was just fetal position in the shower. Just no. How did I miss? Oh, it was horrible.
As in, like, Jane, I think we should probably do that in the future. Like myself, yourself, Randy, multiplayer match, and just record both ends, cut up into highlights,
And we could put it on our YouTube channels, which are
Adam MVP and
Rantastic Productions.
yeah, and if like Only SP is our home, so visit that as well. OnlySP.com for sure.
Yep.
But yes, we should definitely, because I'm so sickened that our most recent match was not recorded.
It'll happen again. It's close
was
every
so-
single time. It was never that close, but it's been pretty darn close every single time, so it's inevitable that something like that will happen again.
You threw out the battle scanner, and I thought, all right, I'm going to flank this motherfucker.
Hey, where are you
And I
going?
just ran. I ran a person from one side of the map to the other, and you, like, over the Skype chat went, "Hey, where are you going?"
It's like, well,
I was
that
like,
didn't
"Oh,
work.
Fuck. Oh, that was so funny.
There goes my
Oh
plan.
my word. Oh my
Yeah, it
word, that was so
super
funny.
tense, a lot of fun. Well, yeah, we'll do something with that. So what
Oh,
else,
my
Adam?
word.
If you haven't been playing anything else, what's been going on with you in life?
In life, I've been so busy. I finished Platinum Journey. I finished my second video of the XCOM Journal
And where can you find
video
these?
series. Adam MVP.
Okay.
I wrote an editorial about Google subsidiary YouTube bought Twitch and implemented audio recognition technology, which a lot of people were quite pissed off about.
Do you want to talk about
However,
that? Something we can talk about.
Actually, yeah, I'll bring up the old document here because I did a bunch of research about this, and while it is the way I put, like, a necessary evil, like the whole audio recognition software is more or less in the benefit of both Twitch and its streamers. However, it is far too harsh. I'll bring up the old the fucking document here. There we go.
So can I raise a general question to both of
Oh
you
yeah,
guys?
yeah, for sure.
When you're watching a YouTube video, let's say it's a Let's Play or something like that, and there is a licensed song in that YouTube video, will you then go back to that YouTube video to listen to that licensed song instead of purchasing that song? What I mean is, if there is a 30-second clip of a song in a YouTube video, does that mean you are not going to listen to that song somewhere else?
Interesting rebuttal here. Well, not rebuttal, more comment than anything. Yeah, so I used to follow this guy on YouTube. His name was Rurikon. He was on TGN, and he used to play Dark Souls. And I used to follow him on watch his videos, just see what way he played the game. And every time he died in the game, he would play this particular song. And because he kept playing the song, I had to Google it. I had to look it up. And I was
Right.
like, because the song is so catchy, it was just like, oh, it's brilliant. You know, it's a very cool song. And all of the comments were just like, if Rurikon bought you here, like Rurikon has great taste in music. And I was like, wow. So like half of these views are probably from people watching TGN and watching Rurikon play Dark Souls.
So what you're saying is that by that person using that licensed music, it actually benefited the music holder.
In terms of
degree.
getting views on YouTube, yes, but in terms of getting
Well, I mean,
I
what
know
I'm getting
what you
at
mean.
is that no one is going to a YouTube video of a game that has a 30-second clip of a licensed song to listen to that song. They are watching that video because it is a video they want to watch. If they want to listen to that song, they're going to go listen to that song either by a different YouTube video, which, whatever, like that's a whole different thing, or by purchasing that song. Like, it can only be a good thing for people to have like a little, like I'm not saying like feature the whole song in the thing, because that's messed up. But like, there are people out there that just have little fan videos that are like 15 to 30-second clips of a particular song, and then if I hear that song and I like it, I'm gonna check that song out.
And that's a prime example I just gave there. Like, I've never heard this song before. I looked it up, started following the band. I was like, yeah, this band's pretty good.
Like, ignore the technology behind it and everything. Like, what is it hurting? Because it's not like these people are doing ill intent by saying, oh, well, listen to it here instead of over there. No, they're just, I like this song, it fits this moment, I'm going to use it. Like, I've done it before, and you can check that out. I'm kidding.
Yeah, at Randy Productions, rantasticproductions.com. Yes, Randy, that is, I did a massive editorial. I'm shooting it tomorrow, editing, available on youtube.com/Adam MVP. Either way,
Adam P Productions.
Adam MVP. Either way, the whole, like, as you're saying, there is copyright law is no joke.
Yes.
And if you use somebody's song even 5 seconds without the permission of the person who made the song, you are in technical breach of copyright.
Yep.
So the person who owns the song is well within their rights to sue not only you, but the service that you are uploading it to, either be YouTube or Twitch.
Yes.
You may or may not know it, but Google has been, for the better part of the last 7 years, sued by Viacom.
Yep.
150,000 videos are apparently like breach of copyright, and they are seeking $1 billion in damages.
Jesus.
$1 billion.
It's a lot of chatting.
And here's the absolute crazy thing. This happened back in 2007. So Google bought YouTube in late 2006. They had YouTube for like
a year.
9 months.
Yeah.
And then boom, here's $1 billion lawsuit. So while copyright might be out of date, that's pretty obvious because technology is moving at an exponential rate and it can't keep up with old laws. That's obvious. But unfortunately, until the laws progress to the value of technology, you got to obey by them to a certain degree. It is unpopular, it is annoying, but that's the way it is to protect everybody.
Yeah.
Google bought Twitch. Twitch immediately implemented audio recognition technology. The whole 30-minute block, the reason why they do 30-minute block is because the technology they have is not advanced enough to scan by the minute.
Yeah.
It can, like, there is like hundreds of hours uploaded every day. They just don't have the processing power to scan every minute. They do 30-minute blocks. They found like a snippet, like 3 seconds, boom, 30 minutes, done. That's it. That's all they scan. There are faults on both sides. The fault on the streamer side is uploading videos with top 40 hits. That's the obvious thing.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for the first thing is the fact that if someone's playing a game like Metal Gear Solid, which got an awful lot of orchestral soundtracks and songs involved, how on earth is the streamer meant to know that a particular song in their game will lead to 30 minutes of silence in their archived footage?
I mean, it's more relevant is, like, say you're streaming Grand Theft Auto and you get in a car and it's playing a radio station with licensed songs. How are you supposed to? You can't. I mean, you could turn the song off, I guess. But
I know a lot of people do that when they're playing a game. They just turn off the radio. Just because.
But you're compromising your play at that point.
Well,
and that sucks.
yeah.
That's the other thing that's the other thing, the fact that streamers are just playing. Twitch is built on people playing games, and yet nowadays those who play the games are being punished because they're just playing a game because of licensing fees and copyright infringement, which they are not aware of or not even.
It's not like they're doing it on purpose. They're just playing the game. It just so happens to have the song in it. It's not their fault.
That is where the frustration comes in, and is understandable. However, the unpopular part of it is the fact that Google fought with Viacom for 7 years. They bought Twitch and they have no intention of ever doing that again. So there's like thinking we'd rather overcompensate than risk a lawsuit. So they bought Twitch and Twitch implemented all these regulations and say, you know what, fuck it. We'll implement too much and then scale back rather than implement too little and be sued. Because let's not forget, there are 1 million plus registered streamers on Twitch, uploading every day.
Granted, those archives go away after 2 weeks now.
I know they do now.
Yeah.
But imagine if somebody said like that's my song. Oh,
Yeah.
that's mine too. That's like there are so many videos out there. They get sued up the arse by thousands of people, and they would have like, listen, land. You need to just like legalize it all. Copyright may be out of date, but it is still law. However unpopular, it is still law. We're trying to protect ourselves, and we're trying to protect these streamers, because here's something nobody wants to ever admit. Copyright, like if you use a song from a game, you stream GTA, and you stream, I don't know, like whatever song on your radio, the copyright holder can not only sue Twitch, they can also sue the streamer.
Yeah.
That is a scary part. They can sue not only Twitch but the individual streamer, which is very scary. So blocking 30 minutes is a bit excessive, but necessary at the moment.
Better
I
than
would
being
hope,
sued.
definitely, I would hope that in the next year or so they little it down to just be more exact. Like, this 30 seconds here is unacceptable, so it might lead you to being sued. So we'll mute this 30 seconds. The rest of your 2-hour stream is fine. Just the 30 seconds. In fact, I would very much like them to bring it over to YouTube, where if you got like, because I got a video that was flagged for like 2 seconds, I was using an image. I would prefer that 2 seconds was just blacked out and carry on.
Yeah, I agree completely. I don't blame Google, Twitch, YouTube, whatever. I don't blame them. It's. I mean, at the end of the day, you said it best. At the end of the day, the law is the law, and they have every right to do it. I guess the thing is that I'm saying is that the law should be changed because it's clearly outdated. Like, it's not. Yeah, like that's a whole different conversation we could have about the music industry.
As in, here's the crazy thing: as in, if somebody says, "All right, copyright law is outdated, let's make a new bill. Let's make some more." All right, so everybody approve on this? Yes. Let's pass it on to the Supreme Court. Does everybody agree on this? Yes. Okay, so are we going to make it into law? By the time it is made into law, it's already outdated.
Yep.
That's the crazy thing. Like, technology is exponentially growing. So within 2 years of being implemented, it's already out of date.
But it'll be less outdated than it is now, at least.
I know.
I guess it's
It'll be
a
just
start.
like constant. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that whole thing that's been going on. So what else is going on, Adam? You got anything else in your
yeah.
Because that was nothing to do with what's actually going on. Oh, no, I guess that editorial is what you're doing. That's true. But what else?
I spent like fucking like a full day just researching over and over again, and just like, it's because I always like to look at it from both sides, where yes, there, you know, the obvious internet comments is Google killed Twitch. Twitch is dead. It's over. No, Twitch is being protected from lawsuits up the arse. But I can understand the old. Wait, okay, move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We move on to more cheerier fashions, and Trip Papineau, one of our beloved writers on staff, has written a magnificent piece. Top 6 upcoming survival horror games.
Okay.
And
Let's do it.
And because Randy, you're an expert on survival horror, and Nathan, you've got a close touch with the genre.
Yeah, like how people like spiders.
Look at it from a glance.
Yeah, poke at it with a
So
stick.
what I want to do is I want to get your opinion on all these titles. Sure. So I'll start with yourself, Nathan. Evil Within. What's your take on this?
It doesn't actually look that scary. I'll be honest. It doesn't look. I guess I hate kind of jump scares in horror, and this more seems like more of an atmospheric horror, because I've watched someone play it before. I watched them play an E3 demo, and it wasn't really that scary, apart from like every so often an invincible enemy would show up, and you would have to like empty out your bullets on them, or run away from them, just to get away from them, and then eventually disappear, and then you can continue on your merry way. But to me, the game kind of strikes me as a bit like Dead Space, and that's the game where it's like it looks a bit scary when you start playing it, but when you get into it, it's no longer scary. And yeah, I just think it's a kind of horror game that might be easy to ease into. It's scary at the start. It might have scary bits in certain parts, but I don't think it'd be like, oh, I can't play this because it's too scary. That's what I think about it. It's something I'd be interested in renting at least, or maybe even watching someone else play. But yeah, I'd give it a go.
Well, you're in luck now.
Yeah. Hey guys, hand over to
maybe.
Fantastic.
Maybe you don't know.
Yeah, it actually does seem like a game I could imagine you playing, Randy.
Yeah, I think it's from Shinji Mikami of Resident Evil fame, and as someone that knows a thing or two about Resident Evil, to me, Resident Evil, even when I played it as a child, was never scary. I never found those games to be scary.
Same.
And they were startling.
Yeah.
Like we've had this you and I, Nathan, actually had this conversation about jump scares, and it's just like a dog jumps through the window. You're like, ah,
yeah, you go, oh shit,
it's just a dog.
Yeah, you're like, ah,
and that like, so, the Resident Evil has occasionally scary moments, some atmosphere. Like the first GameCube remake of Resident Evil was actually pretty atmospheric and pretty scary. But other than that, they're just pretty goofy, and like they're startling. Like I said, it's more about the survival aspect that's interesting about those games and the goofy plot, and that's why it's weird to me when people freak out about Resident Evil 4 and 5. Like, oh, they took the horror out of it. Like, I mean, it was never really scary, guys. Like, if anything, I think Resident Evil 4 is scarier than the other ones, because these aren't zombies. These aren't slow, stupid, freaking zombies. These are actual people out to do me harm. Like, dude, that's way scarier to me. And like Resident Evil 4, I don't know if you know this, freaking incredible. So if Evil Within is anything like Resident Evil 4, then I'm kind of in. But also, it doesn't look like Resident Evil 4. it kind of, I don't know. To me, it looks like a Resident Evil 4 wannabe, where they're just dialing up the gore and be like, oh, we're taking it back to the roots, except it doesn't control as bad as those old games. We're going to make it control like Resident Evil 4. And I don't know if that's enough. And like, it doesn't look scary, and I don't think because it's Resident Evil heritage, it's not going to be that scary. And if people are looking for that, they're going to be real disappointed. So there you go.
Not to say it's a bad thing either, like that it's not going to be totally scary.
No, I don't think it's going to be a bad game at all.
No,
like
it might be excellent. It might be like the Resident Evil game you wanted since 5, because I know a lot of people were like, it's too actiony or whatever. But yeah,
people confuse horror. Yeah, people confuse horror with jump scares, and that game's going to have a lot of jump scares, I guarantee you.
So,
what about you, Adam?
I will say that like Resident Evil 4, it wasn't that scary.
No, it's not.
It was just a brilliant game.
Yeah.
Right.
So the idea of Evil Within following the same fashion, as in Resident Evil 4 was the first Resident Evil game I ever played, and unfortunately, none of the other games in the series were like it, which is a bit of a pity.
Resident Evil 5 is.
It's more, it's to a degree, but not quite the same essence.
It's not. You're right.
But I would say that Resident Evil 4 is not scary.
No, I wouldn't either. But I don't think any Resident Evil game is scary. Is what I'm getting at. That's my point. Is that if you think if Resident Evil 4 turned you off because it's less scary, well, first of all, I disagree. Second of all, none of the Resident Evil games are scary. So shut up.
Yeah. So at a certain point, once you get used to the action, you're more or less grand. It's like like the Evil Within. I would love nothing more than just a clone of Resident Evil 4. To be honest,
that's what it looks like. So I think you might be pretty happy.
To a degree.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4. Yeah, there's something about it. Like I haven't seen that much of the Evil Within yet, but Resident Evil 4 just seemed, I don't know, less claustrophobic. I think they are trying to attempt more horror with The Evil Within, which I think is a downfall because I don't think particularly Shinji Mikami is any good at it.
Yeah, The Evil Within has, like, from me looking at it, and I haven't really played that many Resident Evil games, but I do know a bit about it. Like, do you know in Resident Evil 4, oh god, what's the guy's name? Is it Dr. Salvador, maybe? The guy.
Oh, what a great... The boss battles in Resident Evil 4 are incredible.
So yeah,
Resident Evil 4.
the guy with the chainsaw, that just, like, you just hear him, and then,
he's like,
yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of moments like that in The Evil Within, because they have a boss in it who just follows you around the whole game, and you can't kill him. You just need to deal with him, like shoot at him.
That's in Resident Evil 4 towards the later part of the game, where there's a creature who like regenerates.
Yes, I was just about to bring that up, as well as the chainsaw guy, as moments that are actually scary.
Yeah, well,
you hear that.
as in-
You hear that. You're not startled. You hear that chainsaw guy, and you're like, "Oh no," because that guy can take you down, and you know it, and it's scary. And the same thing with the regenerator guys. Like, I don't know how to kill this guy. Like, and he's freaky looking. Like, you're
As
not
in,
startled when he shows up. You're like, oh, freaking A, I have to change up what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Resident Evil 4 is the scariest game, but I would say it is the most tense.
Yeah, tense is a good word for it.
As in, like, those boss battles, El Salvador, Krauser, oh my god, what a magnificent boss battle that is. The fact that you can, once you, like, after you've, like, you El Gigante, but Krauser, once you face him the first time...
That was a fantastic Spanish accent, by the way.
Yeah, once you can face him again later on and realize, oh shit, I can kill him with the knife.
Yeah.
Like, it is only to, like, your next playthrough you realize how deadly that knife is.
Yeah.
And you begin to, like, beating Resident Evil 4 on professional mode, which is the hardest difficulty, is an astounding achievement, because you learn how effective your knife truly is.
And you need to, because ammo is a lot more scarce too. So
yeah, the idea of, like, you run up, you knife him, shoot him in the head, kick. That's your strategy.
I really gotta play Resident Evil again.
You haven't played Resident Evil 4?
No, I have not.
It is among the best games ever made.
I'm gonna wait for
as in, like,
the new game.
I put it right up there, as in, like, I've always said, like, I've said to my friends, my proudest gaming accomplishments are beating Resident Evil 4 on professional mode, beating God of War on God mode, and playing Dragon Quest 8 for 150 hours.
That's not even an achievement. That's just
it's just like,
dedication.
I love this. It's like, I love this game, and, like, I kept fighting the final boss and playing Pokemon for a combined 500 plus hours.
Jesus.
Also not an achievement. That's just
It's
That's
just
how
like
we roll.
I want to
addictive
play Pokemon.
nature.
All right.
I
just
gotta
how
catch them
people
all.
do
I don't know if you heard.
Okay, so what were the other games you wanted to bring up? Was it just
Yeah, the survival horror.
yeah?
Oh yeah, the other one is I know, like, I hate fucking hype. I'm so blue in the face of CGI trailers, pre-rendered bullshit. However, Nathan, Randy, what is your opinion on Alien Isolation?
You go ahead, Randy.
Okay, my skepticism is at an all-time high because
Gasp.
Aliens, for one, and for two, I feel like they're lying every time they talk about the game.
Yeah.
They say, like, oh, there's
If
not going
you-
to be combat, except when there's combat. And
If you no combat, encounters can last 30 minutes. However, you will have a gun.
yeah, so
Yeah.
Wait, what? Also,
Okay.
if you pre-order, you can get this
Yeah.
additional content.
That
that's just a
was the
whole
kind
new
of
thing.
that was the downfall, I think. Right, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to leave. I'm going to have a little rant about it.
Go, Nathan.
No.
for
Go
it.
ahead, Randy. Like, I'm kind of just
I mean-
saving my opinion.
I mean, I want to be ready for that game. That game looks, the idea is incredible. If I guess the thing is, though, I wish it was a $20 3-hour game. You know, that's kind of what I wish it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
Instead of a
that would work
$60
really well.
6 to 8 hour game, which is what I'm assuming it's going to be. And because
And
they
imagine 3 hours run around a ship
yes,
being pursued. That'd be amazing.
it's like Amnesia but aliens.
Yeah, I agree.
okay.
So go ahead, Nate.
So, right, back in the day, we had to do, we did, and we did have to do, actually. We had to do most anticipated series for Only SP. So, the idea behind it was we just kind of picked out the Yeah, we stoked the hype as much as you love
Hype
that.
train.
Yeah, exactly. As much as you love that, Adam, we did it for an editorial series.
Oh, most anticipated, yeah.
So
Oh shit, I made it. But if you go to youtube.com/official OnlySP, you'll find one of
All
the
those,
greatest preview video series ever made, called Most Anticipated, written by the beloved writers of OnlySP and made into video format by one of the greatest video makers in games journalism,
Me.
Adam McDermott, myself.
okay.
And you will find magnificent videos based on Evil Within, fucking Dragon Age, whatever you fancy, Lords of the Fallen. Check it out for sure. The magnificent writers of OnlySP gave me a tremendous script to work with.
Yes.
Yeah, those videos are quite good. You should go check those out. And when you're done with that, go to... I'm kidding.
As in, like, I think that was one of the reasons why I joined OnlySP, and Nick said, "You're going to do this. Can you do this most anticipated? Can you turn these like written pieces into a video?" And I went, "Yes." And the first video I did was Final Fantasy 13, and
Lightning
I think it was-
Returns, right?
yeah. And it was like January 1st. It was a complete New Year's resolution, and I went on to make some of the best videos I like. One of the videos I've been most proud of. The videos are like when people say, "Hey, what have you done?" I link them to the OnlySP videos and say, like, "I've done this," and they go, "Wow, that is great." And I say, like, the only reason it is great is because the magnificent writers on OnlySP.
The most anticipated series was probably the best synchronization between video and written, I think, I've seen in a good while, because we were writing the script for Adam, and Adam just read it out and he put it to video clips. And I know that sounds like, oh, anyone can do that, but Adam did so well. Like, it amplified the text like more than we ever can imagine, and then the text becomes better as a result, because you get to you get to read through it as Adam is saying it, and it was brilliant project. Hats off to everyone that was involved in it, and hats off to Adam for doing a fantastic job with it. So
Also, bullcrap that everybody can do it. That's not at all true.
no, everyone can do it, but it takes special team to knock it out of the park. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So
Yeah, as
pats on
in,
the back,
like,
guys.
as-
Pats on the back. Well done.
As in, the schedule was the fact that you would all send on your script to me on a Thursday, and I'd take a day to make the video, and the video would go up at the same time as the article.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, like people come to the site and say, "Do you want to watch the video or read?" It was like a either or, and it benefited a lot of people, and we got some great reception on both of
very
those
good.
things.
Anyways,
It was like
All right,
it was one of that was like the peaks
Yeah.
of being with OnlySP, was that most anticipated
yeah,
series.
it was great fun.
So Alien Isolation. Here we go.
Yes. So,
Buckle yourselves in.
So I had to do the most anticipated of 2014 on Alien Isolation, and this involved me.
Shit, I remember that. That was I made a good video.
Yeah,
of
that was actually
I was
a very
really
good video.
happy with your
very,
work.
very good video. So yeah, like as I was writing it, I had to do a lot of research behind it, and I was looking into Creative Assembly and what they were doing. So initially, the game was actually a 6-person multiplayer game, where I think it's kind of like Evolved. I think it was meant to be, whereas like one player was the alien, everyone else was the players that had to hide. So whatever way that would work out, like I'm not too sure, but they kind of just went. Actually, no. It was kind of like a PvP game where like 3 players were aliens, 3 players were soldiers, and they had to just shoot the aliens. Aliens had to kill the soldiers. All that kind of traditional bullcrap. So they kind of went, let's not do that. Let's lose the guns. So what they actually did was they said, right, we're losing the guns. We don't want to be like Dead Space 2 and just marginalize horror games. And they got a lot of resources from Fox, right? 20th Century Fox. On notes and like prop design, the sound effects, and like behind the scene photos that people actually never even saw before. And their whole idea was that they're going to keep it to the retro futurism look of Alien, the film. So that means you'd see technology that it looks really dated, like it's what people in the past thought the future was going to look like, and it is like it's very dated looking, but it's interesting because it shows like a different aspect of what people would think the future would be like. So anyways, that's pretty cool. That's what I like about it, the whole look of it. However, like this is the bit where I have a problem with the gameplay. Initially they were kind of just saying there's no guns, there's barely any guns, you know, you need to get away from the alien, you need to get through the level, figure out what happened to your mother. I think, yeah, you play as Ellen Ripley's daughter, Amanda Ripley, and you need to find out what's going on in the space station you are sent to, because that was their last known whereabouts, I think. Anyways, people were just saying, right, you've no weapons, you need to sneak through. You can look at the scanner, but it will blur your vision, so if you have to look at the scanner to see where the alien is coming. You can't see outside of it. And it was, the whole idea was just that you just need to survive. You can't fight back. And I was thinking, this is brilliant, excellent idea. This is exactly what people should be doing, because it captures the whole feel of Alien, the movie, like where it was just scary, you know, because the aliens could come from anywhere. And the more months have passed, the worse my hype has just dwindled as it goes on, because since then, like, they've released more information, and I found out that you actually do fight other enemies apart from alien. You fight clones, you fight enemies like human enemies. You can have guns in it. You can have like flamethrowers and all this other useless crap that you wouldn't need. You know, like, if the idea behind it is you need to get away from the alien, you need to hide, what the hell are you doing running around with a flamethrower? You know, that's the bit I kind of dislike. And I was kind of like, okay, so maybe they weren't full on about it at the start, and they're kind of like just slowly releasing the information. But as it goes on, my initial hype was like, like Randy said, if this was a 3-hour game for $20, it would be a hit, because everyone would love it. They think, you have to play this game, it's so scary, you can't do anything, you just have to run and hide. And that would be perfect, that would be amazing. But they kind of, since they had to include enemies like the clones or the androids, I'm not too sure, you know, the guys with the white blood,
and the robots are
robots, yeah,
androids.
I don't know why I said clones. I was thinking anyways, it's like everyone looks alike. Oh, that'd be the perfect way to solve like a common gameplay. It's like every enemy looks alike.
They've done that before.
They're
some
clones.
games.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, yeah, it's just like it's cool on paper, and when it started out, it's like brilliant. We're going to make an alien game. It's going to look exactly like the film. You just have to run away from the alien. The alien is almost like sentient. That's what they said. The alien is almost like a real person. Like it thinks like a human. So
yeah, I remember them talking up the AI a whole lot, and yeah.
And now it's just kind of like, well, let's see how it turns out. That's it. All I can say. I'm not going to poo-poo and say this game's shit because it has humans, and I'm definitely not saying that. But I'm just saying they kind of hid that well. They never said anything about that until now.
Another example of massive hype.
Exactly.
Because they initially stated as like, you know what? Just survive.
Yeah.
This alien will be chasing you throughout the entire game.
Yeah.
Just survive. And I thought, wow, that is a bold move for a game, and I'm extremely interested. And the moment it said, oh, you have a weapon. Oh, like thinking, what? That's bullshit. I'm hoping it works within. All I know is I'm extremely apprehensive, and I want to see actual gameplay, not a demoed gameplay, a random person playing the game.
See, it's funny because initially they're saying, oh, there's next to no weapons, and then as it moved on, it's like, okay, well, you do have some kind of equipment. Fair enough, yeah, you've the scanner. That's the thing they showed off immediately. Then they started showing, oh, you have like a ticking bomb that like, or a ticker that like distracts the alien. It's like, okay, that's kind of like a weapon, or maybe more of a tool. You know, that's kind of splitting hairs, I guess. But
that
then
doesn't bother me so much. Like that's just another tool to help you run away. You're still not actually using any offense. It's more of a defensive ability. And
fair enough. That's kind of like just imagine saying, oh, no weapons. That's 0. That's 0.0. And then they said you get these kind of things. That's still kind of maybe minus 0.5. But then they just turned around and said, oh, and you get a flamethrower. What? Why? No. Why do you need
to blind the alien? Of course.
But No. But the problem with that is that you have human enemies in the game, so you can just whip out a flamethrower and burn everyone alive. You know?
Yep.
Yeah. So
I'll play it. But yeah.
And it pains me to talk about the game like this, to kind of put it down, because I was a huge fan behind it. I was loving this game. I was like, this game
You
is
loved
going to be...
Colonial Marines.
Oh god, yeah.
Fantastic.
I was just thinking, Isolation might be like the remedy to all the bad Alien games. That's exactly what I was thinking. This could be the shot in the arm Sega needs for Alien. And yeah, it's just... I'm not saying it's not, and I'm not saying it won't be. I'm just saying that the hype has dwindled significantly. And who knows? It might be a great game. I'm pretty sure it'll be a decent game, but I don't know if it will be a game changer.
It's like what I said before. I bet you a whole bunch of people will be like, I love the parts where you're not fighting. I wish the game was 3 hours long. I guarantee you the reviews are going to say that. It'll get like a 7.
It's too long. That's the problem.
Too long.
Yeah, I think it's too long because you can't maintain tension and fear for 8 hours. It's not possible.
We'll have to weigh back in after the reviews come out and see how close
True.
it was.
True. We're going to move on to
ahead.
something more. Sorry.
No, you're good.
We're going to move on to something more positive.
Woohoo!
Rhyme.
You want me to
Is
bust
that
a
a
rhyme?
survival horror game?
Or
Did both of you see the trailer?
I did not.
Yes.
Do you want to beautifully describe?
Fuck it. Only one of the two saw the trailer. Fuck it. Okay, moving on.
I just ruined the whole segment.
I'm not going to talk about
It's not a
something
survival
that
horror
half
game
you
anyway,
saw.
I don't think. So
Yeah.
No, it isn't. So you're both wrong. Tomb Raider
what?
exclusive to Xbox
Yeah.
One.
Okay.
Timed.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
that's the part where you had to add that
Yeah.
in.
Brilliant.
Because
So
I'm so glad it's
yeah,
exclusive.
Randy, thoughts?
well, it's like the way you said it, exclusive to Xbox One, and then here I am thinking like, what? That's freaking. And then you said timed, like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't care now.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
But
Okay.
like,
So before you begin, I'm going to go ahead and read you an exact quote from Daryl Gallagher, who is the head of the studio. His exact quote is, "Our friends at Microsoft," he's working in Crystal Dynamics, "our friends at Microsoft have always seen huge potential
that was disgusting. Come
in
on.
Tomb Raider and have believed in our vision since our very first unveil in 2013. We like to work with belief and major of backing with... Fuck it. Who cares? It's exclusive to Xbox One for a period of time." Randy, what are your thoughts on that?
So my thoughts are that sucks until it's a timed exclusive. I guess it depends on how long the exclusivity
Yes. Is it 3 months?
is. If
6
it's 3 months,
months?
whatever, I'll live.
A
If
year?
it's 6 months, it's pushing. If it's a year, like, screw you. That sucks.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've said this. I think I've talked to you guys about it. Tomb Raider is not an exclusive franchise. This would be one thing if it were Halo. It's like, oh, Halo's an Xbox exclusive. Who gives a crap? It's always been an Xbox exclusive. Since the dawn of Tomb Raider, it has been on multiple systems. So the fact that now Tomb Raider, and I really liked that last Tomb Raider game a whole lot. I thought it was great.
Definitely.
And you're telling me that I can't play it now because I don't want to spend $400 on your machine? That sucks. Because, I don't know. But then, no amount of... I don't think Tomb Raider's good enough for me to get me to buy one of those either. So it's either it comes to something else, or I complain that I'm not playing. So, because I did like that last Tomb Raider game, but it's not the hard hitting exclusive that I need. I don't know if that exists. Really.
It's always it's
Yeah.
usually a bunch or an idea that sells.
There needs
me.
to be a whole lot of games that I cannot get anywhere else, and so far that is not proven to be true.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, it's either several games or a feature or an idea that I can't get anywhere else that will sell me on it, and that's what usually gets me to buy a system. But
yeah, if it's just a timed exclusive, whatever, I'll play something else until it comes out.
there's no point bitching about it. Like, you're going to get it eventually. So
I'll play the definitive edition when it comes to the next consoles.
all that multiplayer DLC.
Yep. Well, hitting like Tress effects, way better hair.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the Tress effects on the new Hitman game.
As in, there are two things you brought up there, Randy. First of all, is how long is the timed exclusive? Because again, like if it's 3 months, you can like whatever. I'll just buy it later. If it's 6 months, you're like I'd probably move on. If it's a year, it's like fuck you, I'm done. The other thing is the fact that, which I don't know about yourselves, but like the idea of taking, I said yourself, Randy, in the chat, is the fact that if you take a third-party IP, which makes all its sales by delivering it to everything possible, and then restricting it to just one platform, it's a very snaky move. And what is even more disgruntling is that on TombRaider.tumblr.com, their post about Tomb Raider being exclusive to the Xbox One, I'll read the exact quote. Hang on a second. Here we go. This doesn't mean that we are walking away from our fans who only play on PlayStation or on PC. It kind of does.
Yeah.
Those are great systems with great partners and amazing communities. True. And here's the fucking kick in the teeth. We have Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris, sorry, I apologize.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is like The Guardian. That's a great video series. Those are great games. They're very entertaining games. They're top-down shooters, but they are not quite what Tomb Raider is about.
No,
they're not the mainstay.
Like but with guns, kind of.
Yeah. And the fucking, like, this is what annoys me about corporate bullshit and wordsmith. And it's like, this is coming to platforms this December, and Tomb Raider, the definitive edition, which you already played a year ago, is available on PS4. Yay!
Woohoo.
You fucking cocksuckers. As in, there's like, listen, the only reason why you made 7 million in sales is because of the fact you sold on Xbox 360, PS3, Xbox One, PS4, PC. You sold on everything under the stars, and everybody said, like, listen, Tomb Raider was taking a downward spiral, but this reboot is what we like, and we are willing to support this. So instead of going, I can only assume the only logical thing is the fact that Microsoft pushed so much money into Square Enix's hand that he was like, fuck it, why not? Because if they sold initially 3.8 million copies and reported a loss, that means that on the Xbox One they have to sell at least 4 million copies and more on a platform which is only sold in total like 5 to 6 million.
Yeah.
So they're saying like almost every single person has to buy Tomb Raider to break even.
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft just went to Crystal, or I guess Square Enix would be the company, and just said, hey, here's a whole crap load of money. Doesn't matter how many units you sell, because we're giving you a whole bunch of money right now to keep it on our system. The thing about it is, like, how much can they actually cover the difference? Because if, like, Tomb Raider 1 was the reboot was a huge success, sold 7 million copies, Tomb Raider 2 could sell equally, if not more. Like, Microsoft have to cover the difference to make it profitable and at least intellectual savvy for Square Enix to sign the exclusivity deal. I imagine that Microsoft doesn't care about the loss, so they're going to pay a whole bunch of money because they're hoping that this Tomb Raider sells Xboxes. They want people, they'll probably bring out a Tomb Raider bundle Xbox. It's weird colored, comes with a bigger hard drive, something like that. And they're hoping that will drive more sales. They don't care how much Tomb Raider sells. They just want more people buying Xboxes. And if it takes dropping a whole lot of cash to get Tomb Raider on that for a few months, they're going to do it because they need Xboxes in the homes. Because holy crap,
it's like, it's so strange how a company can be so fucking stupid. Hey, DRM. Yay! Oh, you don't like that? Okay, grand. $500. You don't like that? Okay,
The
grand.
funny thing about it, at the end of the day, is that I've read a figure here before that said it actually sold more copies on the PS3 than it did on the Xbox. Just take that into account.
Strange.
Which
well,
is
I can tell you why, if you want me to theorize anyway.
PS Plus.
Well, that
Well, that's
I was
not.
think-
That's
I was
not.
thinking
actually-
more
that's
that-
not. That's not sales though.
I was thinking more brand loyalty, because Tomb Raider is identified
yeah,
as the
by
PlayStation,
PlayStation,
brand. It's not. It
Although-
wasn't
and then
exclusive
that
to
just makes the move even stupider.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. I'll make the thing of the fact that towards the end, the last year and a half to 2 years, Xbox 360 and PS3 more or less neck and neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Apart from the fact that Xbox went more casual and PS3 went more, let's make The Last of Us. You know, kind of that jazz.
Let's make this game that's better.
Like the last, let's be honest, like the last before Xbox One, the last two E3 conferences of Xbox 360 were dominated by motion controls and complete bullshit.
Yep.
Whereas fucking Sony went ahead and like, here's The Last of Us, and that's our big trump card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they did dabble with PlayStation Move, which was a complete disaster. But we always have The Last of Us to fall back
All right.
on.
Now, here's my 2 cents. Just let me.
Okay,
I'm ready.
please,
Let me get ready.
absolutely,
Hold on,
let me
here
know.
we Okay.
Cheers,
Perfect.
buddy.
Grant.
Was
Okay.
that your 2 cents? Okay.
Yes. delicious 2 cents at 4%. Anyways, so I just think that, like you said, Randy, there's a bit of brand loyalty behind PlayStation or Tomb Raider on PlayStation. Definitely, without a doubt. Like, I know I associate my PlayStation 1 with Tomb Raider. That might not be relevant, but it's kind of like it does kind of echo a bit, where it's like, oh, PlayStation 3. Oh yeah, there's a Tomb Raider game. I might get it and see what it's like, because I remember playing the first one ages ago. But I think that it's a dumb move for 2 reasons. Like, there's more PlayStation 3.
Not to cut you off, but a dumb move on whose part?
It's a dumb move on Square, Crystal
Okay.
Dynamics part, because there is more fans. I can guarantee there are more fans of Tomb Raider on PS3 than Xbox. Not because there's more sales, but if you remember, it was on PS Plus. Tomb Raider was free on PS Plus,
Yeah.
so people have
That's
played.
that's where I played it.
people
I thought it was
there
great.
you go. People have played the game and they know this is good. You know, I like it, and then they're obviously going to be like, well, you know, if the next one's not going to be on PS Plus, I'm going to buy it. Or you know, it creates an image in your mind like, well, I enjoyed that game for free. I might buy the next one. You know,
Well, I bet Microsoft is thinking, hey, all those people bought Tomb Raider on PS3, so what if we lock this up, and then those people can't buy it on PlayStation this time?
Yeah.
So maybe they'll buy an Xbox instead. Like that's
see,
probably their thinking.
Right. I'll go on record to say this. I don't think the move was bad for Microsoft. It was a genius move by Microsoft. Absolutely flawless. They got people to take a
Except
franchise
for
that
the
has
part
been
where I don't think Tomb Raider's that big of a hit, but other than that,
but
it depends on how much money they spent on it, I guess.
Yeah,
Because-
it has captured a lot of people's attention because so many more PS3 players have played it. And then maybe if someone's like, oh, I really like that game, and then I also like Titanfall, and I also like this game and that game, and then they kind of weigh up their options more. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the gateway for them to see, well, actually, there's a lot more games on Xbox that I might like compared to PS4. Now, that's just like someone being like, oh, they're kind of swayed. They haven't purchased their next gen console yet. However, I think it's a smart move by Microsoft for sure, but it's a very bad move by Crystal Dynamics at the same time, because Microsoft don't care about Tomb Raider. They don't. Like, they just want the game. It just happens to be Tomb Raider. They just want that game that will sway people to get an Xbox, which just happens to be Tomb Raider. And it was a good move because more people on PS3 have played it. But it was a bad move by Crystal Dynamics because they kind of sold, like, people are like, oh, you sold your soul. I won't go that far. They've just kind of sold their loyalty a bit because
they sold part of their soul. They rented their soul.
But when you think about it, Tomb Raider was built on like the backs of like not just the Xbox, also PC and PS3, and then it just goes straight to exclusive. Now, I imagine that a lot of money was thrown to Crystal Dynamics, and I mean a lot of money, for this to happen. But I don't know whether it was kind of Crystal Dynamics going, oh, you know, this is a lot of money you're throwing at us, let's just do it because we want to make the game, or they're thinking, oh, let's just do it because we want to make a lot of money. And I know the first one might be unlikely because Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, whatever, they have gone on record saying stuff like these games, like Hitman, Tomb Raider, they've underperformed, and it's still sold a fucking shitload.
Yeah. Here's
You know?
what I think. I think that Crystal Dynamics or Square Enix or whatever, they're thinking, okay, here are what I think the two options are. Either the amount of money that Microsoft offered was astronomical,
Yeah.
or the deal is not that long, and we'll see it in a couple months after. Like that, those are really the only two. Because otherwise, it wouldn't be worth it for them. Because, like Adam said, like it's 7 million copies on all platforms. That includes PC. That includes PS3. That might include the definitive editions. I think it actually does. So, yeah, like they'd be stupid to not to limit the play. Yeah, especially on Xbox, because that so far is the one that's way behind. Why would you cut out millions and millions of people unless it was for a disturbing amount of money?
Now, another issue I have is that a lot of people are kind of like, oh, PC and PS4 fans are just being giant babies about it. No, it's not fair. Like it is 100. If like the thing was at the time when a lot of people were commenting on it, this was before it was released that it would be timed. People were just up in arms about it. Like, this is a game I love. You know, like I've been playing this for years, and now it's just suddenly on a console I don't have. Like, this is crap. You know, it's not fair.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were mad about it, but a lot of PS3 fans or PS4 fans, PC fans, kind of just went off the end of it. They went too much. You know, they got too angry about it, and they kind of just, like, I understand people are upset, but you can't do stuff like, oh, you know, I'm going to kill you or whatever, send death threats, all that crap. I know people have done it on the forums, and stupid. Like, those are idiots, obviously, yeah, but also just the kind of the very childish nature of Xbox One fans who are like, ha ha ha, we got this exclusive game. Like, you know,
Yeah.
kind of like holding it over us, like as if they got the prize. Like, haha, we got this, you didn't. That's just as childish.
Yeah.
And it at the end of it, like like when you get rid of all the business side, it kind of just made me go, this is kind of sad. Where it's just like, yeah, you have two, you have one side of like the PS4, then you have Xbox One. I'm not going to include PC in it because PC just like, we don't give a shit. Because they're just like, I don't even play PC, but I know they're just like, yeah, we're above it. It doesn't matter to us, you know. Oh, you've Last of Us, cool, good for you. Oh, you've Halo, cool, good for you. That's exactly their way of thinking. But it's just very childish at the end of the day. We're just like, haha, we got this. And I feel like companies are kind of playing into it a bit. We're like, haha, like, you know, it's more incentive to buy, but at the same time, it gives people like idiots fodder to be like, ha ha ha, I got this game, you don't. I've got The Order. Yeah, well, I've got Sunset Overdrive. Yeah, well, I've got Uncharted. And it just goes on and on and on. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a discussion for a whole
Yeah.
another time, because like the stupid fanboy
Exactly.
console loyalty thing, that's just stupid.
It always
But-
will be.
But like, yeah, it was a business move. Someone at Square Enix or Crystal Dynamics deemed it worth it, and someone at Microsoft deemed it worth it. But like, everybody will get it at some point. So just let's end on that note, because that's a happy way to end that conversation on that note.
Don't worry, guys. Don't worry, kids. You'll get it eventually.
Yep.
That is
Stick
all I can
around.
say. Stick around. Just hang about. Play
I'll
Tomb
get
Raider
it
on
for you.
PS4, the definitive edition, and Temple of Osiris, because that's all you're good for, apparently. Oh goodness.
I may
Yeah.
have passed out.
Yeah, he probably is passed out. Or he maybe went.
Adam.
He probably went to the toilet. Actually.
Yeah, maybe he went to the bathroom or something.
So. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Square anyway, so you know, this didn't do any favors. That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait,
Oh.
why aren't you a fan of Square? Oh,
Just-
well, Adam's back.
Yeah,
so.
Adam's back. Yeah, so I'm just generally not a fan because it's like, one, I got Hitman, the Absolution. I wasn't a mad fan of that, but I thought it was fine, and just their idea of like this undersold, this was a failure. It was not a failure of a game, you know. They were just like, this is.
Square tried to appeal to too many people,
Yeah.
and they lost their fans as a result, and they didn't gain the mainstream success like they intended. So they're
Exactly.
kind of in a really crappy spot.
I know. I feel bad for them at the same time. It's like, I know they want to just do everything for everyone, but they can't.
They can't put Final Fantasy out every year.
Yeah,
Just keep doing
even
it.
though they would like to.
Especially when it's Final Fantasy 13 Part 3.
God.
Ugh.
What a load of
13 Part 1
shite.
sucked. Why did we need 2 more?
That's the craziest thing. 13, it's like, oh, not great. And like, here's 13.2. Why? Here's 13.3. Are you fucking kidding me?
God.
Let's make a 10-3 that undoes everything that was done in 10-2.
Anyways,
Alright, Adam.
how do you plan to further the discussion, Adam?
Yeah, as in, like, I basically went ahead and got, like, while you were vamping,
We kind of paused. We're like, wait, where's Adam? Because we were
Yeah,
finished.
we
We,
still-
couldn't dig any
like-
deeper with the discussion. We're like, let's just leave it at that. And then we were like,
I poured more drink.
Oh.
I ended it at a perfect note, and then we're like, alright. And then just
and then
silence.
and then I had to like do a Yui and go back to it a little bit.
Oh, sorry about
Oh,
that.
you're fine.
When
Would have
I
been a
went to
perfect
pour some more
transition, and
shots.
then it turned into like a...
Yeah, kind of like a week.
Ah, fuck it. Okay, so the final thing I want to talk about
Wait,
is...
curious question. How many drinks have you had right now? I'm very curious. Actually, I'll let
Yeah,
you know,
let me
give-
just... I'll
let's
take
have a
the
guess.
old,
Let's have a guess.
Actually, yeah. Let's put in terms of the shots. Randy, how many shots have I had?
Jesus.
Because that's the way I measure my drinks.
14.
You know, per shot, per glass.
14 is my guess.
14. Let
Oh,
me just bring up the old calculator.
you know it's serious when
So
the calculator.
It's probably more than
James
14 if you have to
machine.
bring out a calculator.
Yeah. I want to say 28.
28!
Good
Yeah.
lord!
Yeah.
Jesus!
I want to say.
I'll be unconscious.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna
We thought you
hype
were
out of it.
unconscious.
Yeah, we thought you were.
We thought you passed out.
you KO'd. It's like, what do we do? Just keep snapping. Adam, it's the ghost of Christmas past. Actually, no. I'll revamp my guess. I don't know what you could be using a big shot glass. I don't know. I want to say less. Okay.
I'm using the 30 milliliter per shot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say. What would you say, Randy? Like 13?
I said 14.
14.
I'll stick with
Yeah.
it.
I want to say 19, maybe 19 or 20. So I know you've
29.
You've had a fair amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had 25.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so
And I love how
weren't
you, I love
as
how you
far-
fucking ridiculed me for making that ridiculous suggestion at the start. It's like it's actually closer than any of the other guesses. Wow.
But you went over, so Price is Right rules means you lost.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'll be honest, Nathan, I thought you were absurd until I started doing the calculations. I'm like,
Like,
oh shit.
God, this is gonna be a lot closer than I thought.
See, the thing is, I can actually smell the drink through the internet.
I mean, you are pretty close to him, though.
Yeah, like
Well, you're
yeah.
also in Ireland, so that could be anybody.
That could be
a
a
child
That
walking
could be,
down
that's
the
just the ground. The ground smells like beer.
Yep.
What have you been drinking? Just
Pigeon
a-
flying through, just a drunk pigeon.
You been drinking beer or wait? No, it was whiskey, wasn't it?
I was drinking bourbon,
Mm.
and then I finished that. I went on to vodka,
Oh my God.
and then I went on to whiskey.
Can we just stop the episode here and then fast forward to tomorrow? I want to hear your hangover. Like, oh god, welcome to part 2.
Here's the absolute crazy
Mm-hmm.
thing.
No way.
I've actually stopped drinking,
Ah.
and I got myself an ice cream sandwich and some water, and I feel great.
You sound a lot better.
That is excellent. That is the king of fucking drunk meals right there. I had an ice cream sandwich and some water. Brilliant.
You know, now I'm kind of craving an ice cream sandwich, but all the
Yeah.
stores are closed. So.
Yeah, I'd like one now actually too. You had an ice
All right,
burger.
so moving on.
Now, the final bit of business
Let's do it.
is the old PT/Silent Hill demo.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So we have
So-
differing opinions on this.
Yeah.
I'd pooed. That's all you need to know.
So I'll state my own opinion because as someone who's never played Silent Hill before, I thought the demo was brilliant. I thought it was really entertaining, really scary, and I can't wait to see more. Nathan, what was your take on the demo?
It was very fucking beautiful. Very like
Oh yeah, there's no
Gorgeous.
denying that it was real good looking.
yeah, like the Fox engine. I think that was used, wasn't it? Yeah, the one it's used in the.
Is
new
it the Fox engine?
I want to say it is because I know they were kind of kept saying like it's very photorealistic, and there was a lot of photorealistic elements in it where it's just like I can't tell if that light is
Looked real nice.
very pretty. Anyways, yeah, it looked gorgeous, very cool, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit because I was like, "Oh shit, is this the intro video or what?" I was like, "No, this is the game." Holy crap!
Yeah, I thought that for a second too, and I watched him like, oh, so it's a CG cutscene, and then he got up and started moving around. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, that
baby.
Was, yeah,
This is
so it was
what
like, oh shit. Yeah, no, I had to watch through my fingers. I don't do very well with horror games at all. Like games that are actually legit scary, that they're very tense, and they have scary moments. And yeah, I was just like, I was watching this, going, holy shit, this is really hard to watch.
All right, so I'll say my piece. Originally, when I first, so that 7-minute video is what I'm basing my original opinion on, and with it condensed like that, I thought it was kind of lazy. I thought it was they just tackled all the tropes of like, oh, like mysterious house that has a family that was murdered in it. Oh, and then there's like a fetus in a sink and a bathroom that closed. Like it didn't, and like the jump scares suck. Like we talked about it earlier in the podcast. Like jump scares are lazy. They're startling. They're not scary. But then I watched the full thing. It was like an hour long demo.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
And-
but by the way, I was going to point out that neither of us have actually played it. We
Right.
watched
This is
people-
all going
yeah,
on a video.
on a
Yes.
video. So I think this might.
Good note.
Yeah, this might.
Yeah, here's the crazy thing. You haven't played it. I have.
Oh, you
Oh,
have.
okay, we'll get to you.
I thought it was brilliant.
Okay.
Did you finish it? Were you able to
I
figure
got,
it out?
I got jumped.
Yeah. So apparently it doesn't end when you get jumped. You keep going.
Yeah, you just go back in. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it's just like
you
a
go back
loop.
in, but it's different.
What-
Like
The
you can
story
keep-
keeps going.
yeah,
but
the story
when
keeps
you
going.
get jumped.
yeah, as in like I thought it was like a loop. I
Yeah,
thought like
no,
I
it's not.
experienced the peak.
There is a conclusion.
What?
Yeah, you have to figure it out.
Oh, for
I actually don't know how, and I've yet to see a video that shows it.
Okay.
So you're
I'm
going back in.
I'm more intrigued than ever.
You should go. You should.
I thought- I
okay,
thought
you
it
need
was-
to
I thought it was
record
like,
this, by the
Please,
way.
yeah,
You should
please record
yourself
this.
playing.
Hammered.
I
playing it.
thought it was like, alright, grand. You got the peak, you got jumped, and you're back, and just do the loop.
No,
I'm like,
because-
oh, grand, no worries.
Because you find the flashlight originally, and then when you get jumped, you wake up with the flashlight still.
Yeah, but I thought it was like,
No,
whatever.
no, it
you
keeps
earned
going.
it.
But there is a conclusion. I don't know how it ends.
Yeah,
So
I don't think anyone really knows.
report
yet.
back. But anyway, in that 7-minute video, I just thought it was too quick. It wasn't subtle at all. When I watched the hour-long playthrough, it was way better. It was slow build. It was super subtle. The sound cues were great. The jump scares were still kind of lazy, but whatever. Like that's the world we live in. And I still think that bathroom section was still kind of cheesy, but overall it was way better. And there were some like Adam, you thought the demo ended after you get jumped. You keep going.
Yeah, I
Keep
thought,
going.
like, I'll be honest, like, going through and loop the whole way, I genuinely thought this is one of the scariest demos I've played since the first 30 minutes of Outlast.
So you keep going, and it turns like my initial complaint was like, this is nothing like Silent Hill. You keep going, and it starts to turn more and more into Silent Hill.
Like, I didn't know it was Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I thought it was PT.
yeah. So, and like you keep going later on, and the lights start changing, and you start hearing noise like, and like that's pretty Silent Hill like. And I'm more intrigued now that I watched that whole playthrough rather than that 7-minute demo. I kind of want to play it myself. It's not on PS3, is it?
No.
I'm assuming
is.
Is it PS3?
It is?
No,
But
PS.
it was,
PS4,
and it was
wasn't
then
it?
taken down
What?
for some reason.
Oh, well. So
don't
I
know.
won't play it, but I'm intrigued to see where that goes. And,
Yeah.
you know, there's a decent team behind it. Having a decent actor as... I mean, I should say an actor. A decent actor, because the rest of them were... I mean, whatever. Norm Reedus is fine.
Yeah,
But
he's good. He's a good actor.
but he's not...
alright.
like Silent Hill is not known for his acting prowess. So to have an actual actor back there, regardless of quality, is already a step up.
Now, sorry, Randy, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say that I'm interested now. I'll still follow it. I mean, if it comes to a platform that I have, I will check it out.
Okay, now the golden question I have is, do you think it will be first person or third
Yes.
person? You think
No,
it
I
will
think
be?
it's going to be yes.
Okay, no, the reason I asked that is because I've been reading Kojima's tweets, and he has been saying stuff like, this is just the demo or a teaser of the game. Now, I don't know whether he means that's subject to change or what's the story, but he...
Isn't like this is like a teaser for the feel of it, which
But
I would.
Me.
I would
There's
argue
no
that the feel.
point releasing this bullshit if you're not going to
Yeah.
stand by it. If the new Silent Hill game is first person, perfect. If not, what on earth is the point of this?
Yeah,
said-
that
he
teaser.
said-
That
he
teaser
is-
is a tease of nothing at
He
that
has,
point.
he has
Because
said that it's not a demo. It is absolutely not a demo of Silent Hills. It's a playable teaser of Silent Hills.
but a playable teaser, okay.
Yeah,
I guess that just means that section won't be in the game. That's all that sounds like.
yes, I'm sure, but I don't. We don't know because Kojima,
But-
he can do anything. Like he's just
You can't.
but that's what I'm saying. He can get away with that if he chooses
No,
to
you
do
can't.
so. But
He
he
can't
can
get away with that.
No, he can.
I mean, okay, he can get away with it. I won't allow him to get. I will find him because it's
Yeah.
you,
I-
all the
look, I'm
tension,
I'm sure
everything, all of those beats in that teaser. If that's in third person, gone. Every single one of them.
But
That demo is no longer scary.
But
I'm
okay,
sorry.
I get you. But my point is that right, they have Norman Reedus in the game. And
Cutscenes. That's all he's needed for anyway.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah, he was in the cutscene in the end of
the teaser.
the game. Yeah, the end of the teaser. No,
Like the
yeah, I was
video
going to say like, like are they just going to use it for cutscenes, or are they actually going to show? Because I know it's always third person, and I was thinking, well, if they're going to have it in third person, and they have a good actor, like, or sorry, if they're going to have a good actor, they're probably going to have it in third person. That's exactly what I was thinking. But then
I also think. Keep going.
yeah, I was just gonna say like if they do have a good actor, I imagine that they would have it in third person so you can see him. But no, I agree with you. They might just use him in cutscenes.
I also think that Norman Reedus is a weird looking dude. And you see Norman Reedus, regardless of what you think of his physical appearance, you see Norman Reedus, you see the guy from Walking Dead, you are less vulnerable. Does that make sense? Like you
You kind
you
of
see
think like
Norman Reedus
oh,
and like,
yeah.
that's the guy from Walking Dead.
Yeah,
that ruins
I'm
that takes
Daryl
you out
from
of the
Walking
immersion.
Dead. Yeah, I can kill anyone
Yeah,
because I'm badass.
Yeah, that takes the immersion away.
Yeah, exactly.
You need to either have a character that is unidentifiable or you need to be in first person. And since the teaser is in first person, hey, why not make the game first person? It just makes sense to me. It's a reboot, people. Come on.
Interesting idea, I think. You know, to have, maybe is it actually a reboot? Is it down on that it is a reboot, or is it
It
just...
is. I'm pretty sure they have come out and said it is a reboot. If not, I mean, come on. The name Silent Hills.
Yeah, but that's what I
It's
was
a
going to say.
Stupid freaking name, but
It's Hills, Silent Hills, and I'm like, maybe this is just a different branch. You know what I
maybe
mean?
it's just
it's
maybe
very
it's just an
stupid.
HD collection of all the games.
Yeah.
Just
Have you guys
Silent Hills, all the Silent Hills in one package.
Have you played the HD versions of the
No,
games?
I heard it's awful.
Yeah, I was going to say I've heard they're absolutely dog shit, which really annoys me.
Which is
because
a shame because those are good games.
yeah, as like a person who hates horror, I am very intrigued by playing Silent Hill. You know, where it's like
There are PC versions out there if you can track them down, but
but at the same time,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, I'm never touching those games again. They're just nightmare fuel. I do
Oh,
love
yeah.
I love the music in the games, though. I
oh
absolutely.
yeah, legitimately
music.
amazing music.
I've listened to music several times without even playing the games, so you know.
But yeah, I'll check it out. I'm not writing it off complete. I initially was like no, this is going to be crap. But then I watched that full playthrough and I'm like, oh no, wait, this is better than I originally thought. Okay.
Ah, ye cynical gamers.
Yeah, as in I scoured the internet there, and you can finish the demo,
Yes.
and at the end of it, it does reveal it's Silent Hill, and it's developed by Hideo Kojima and
Yeah, that's like the
other
that's the
fella.
Okay, so that video
Guillermo.
teaser at the end is what you
all.
get when you beat the demo.
the,
then? Or
the second
teaser?
time, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Maybe second or third
Okay.
time. Yeah,
Once you go through it once, you go through it once more, and then, although on the second playthrough, I've been skimming through this other video here, and you go through like kind of like different, like what's it called? Different.
There's apparently
events.
a sequence of events that you must do for it to finish, is what I understand.
Hmm.
And then once you do that, it reveals Hideo Kojima,
Guillermo.
Kojima and Del Toro.
Guillermo del Toro.
Guillermo.
And then it was like, oh, it's Silent Hill.
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
It's
Holy shit! You butchered that pronunciation.
Psh,
Like,
your man,
It's a weird looking
your
name.
man with the horror flicks. That fucker.
he's directed some great films.
And also Hellboy.
Hellboy, and Pan's Labyrinth, and Pacific Rim, and Blade
Devil's
2.
Backbone. Let's
Blade
just
2.
go through his list.
Yeah. Devil's Backbone, Pan's Labyrinth.
Said that already.
um,
Now we're just
Blade-
repeating the words.
Pan's Labyrinth is brilliant.
Blade 2,
Yeah,
Hellboy,
you did Blade 2.
and Hellboy 2.
The
He's-
Golden Army.
Yeah. He's produced a lot of films too, like The Orphanage, Kung Fu Panda 2, which is
Also, I
actually
hear he
really
did Blade
good.
2.
Really good.
Also, here he did Blade 2 and Pan's Labyrinth.
Wait, I think he also did Devil's Backbone. Don't quote
Wait.
me on that. And Pacific Rim.
No,
But the-
no, I'm quoting you. That is a. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we just got contacted from the developers. Nathan Hughes says that Guillermo del Toro. See, I can't even say his name. Alright, moving on.
Oh, sweet, sweet karma. Not karma, poetic justice. There we go. Oh, karma as well. Whatever. Anyways, Adam, what's the next
Karma,
topic?
what did I do?
I don't know. You upset me slightly.
Okay, I do that sometimes.
All is forgiven.
The final topic in rounding out this marathon of a podcast.
Yeah, I've had to pee for the
Which
past
will-
3 hours.
This is a chunky
We've only been
podcast.
going for 2.
Just go now.
Which
Hopefully
will-
it won't pick up on mic.
which will never, unfortunately, be able to upload onto OnlySP as an MP3 due to the restrictions of PowerPress, the plugin.
Gosh, a bunch of
But-
wankers.
Yeah, the rounding topic, the rounding conversation
Uh-huh.
is Nathan. I'll go with both of you.
Yeah.
Nathan and Randy, what is next for you? Nathan
Oh
first.
shit. You.
I like you. You more or less. For those who are listening, Nathan announced his leave about 2 weeks ago
Hmm.
or so. So Nathan, what is next for
Well, I'm in my last year in college. Coming up to it.
you? You've been in OnlySP for 11 months, I believe.
Yep. Since
A long time,
August.
yeah, as a senior editorial.
yeah, just working away on it, and yeah, I've had my fun, and it's kind of time for me to like just focus on. I was like, I kind of need to look at my exams, and I can't commit on a professional level, which isn't fair for everyone else. And also, I was just like, my time has kind of come to an end. I've got what I wanted out of working here, and I've had a great time. Met some excellent people. Ooh, excuse me.
Like us.
Like you guys. Had great experiences, wrote some fun stuff. I've had like 2 editorials picked up by the developers related to them who wanted a quote on them, which is freaking amazing. That is very, very, like, I'm not saying everyone should do content or whatever to get recognized, but holy crap, when you do get feedback like, we like this, then it's just like, holy shit. You know, I've gotten that feedback, and I just think that's about as far as I can go with it, because I do not, at the start I was kind of like, I kind of want to pursue this as a profession, but then I kind of realized that being in the position I am, as in being in Ireland, it's very tough to break into the games industry, games journalism industry, because it's just not very big here. You know, maybe it is in very indie sites, but there's no like IGN, GameSpot, Giant Bomb. There's none of that here at all. I maybe there is, but I've never heard of whiff of it on that level. And I just kind of thought, you know what, I'm just going to leave it as a hobby. And unfortunately, OSP is going through some big changes, and it's going, you know, it wants to be more professional, and I just can't commit the time to do that. So I just don't think it's very fair for me to be like, oh, I can do this work, but then not show up because I have college or whatever. And another point is that, yeah, I'm in my final year of college, and I need to kind of focus on that before, and when I get my degree, I can be like, right, I can do a bit of writing now and go from there. And yeah, that's for now. I'm just kind of focusing on college. Might do the odd editorial, fun stuff like that, but maybe on my own terms, not for another site, because frankly, I just can't. I'm not there at that professional level that is usually required. So yeah, I don't want to disappoint anyone. I just want to write for me and write because I like to do it. And yeah, that's why I'm gonna hopefully look forward to the future and get a site out myself. Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, it's in the whole game journalism job is not for everyone. And it's not that like that's the one way of doing things. There's a complete different avenue, which is games culture, which is available to a lot more people.
And that's an interesting one I want to go down, because I like writing about games and I like talking about games. So why not just do that?
Yeah, it's true. And people can find you at...
Yeah, you can find me at Hayton News, so that's Nathan Hughes, but just swap the first letters of my name, so that's Hayton News. HATHAN_NUGHES. I also tweet a lot of random Irish-focused stuff, so if you see me tweeting, you bollocks, I'm probably tweeting about a match or something like that, I don't know. I tend not to focus always on games, so that's more my personal channel. Twitter channel, but yeah, I'll be sure to, if I do create something games related, I will post it up there relentlessly so you can find it. And yeah, you haven't heard the last of me.
Yeah, ain't fuckle golf, fuckle two, fuck it
That'll be my next tweet.
Brilliant. Randy,
Yeah.
you are also making your leave from Only SP.
Yeah, for
Still.
my third time,
Are you
apparently.
up to-
He's a lot of stuff to move.
Third time. You were the only person ever to announce
Yeah.
your leaving of Only SP.
3 times.
3 separate times.
I mean it this time.
What?
For real.
Are you sure?
No.
What are you going to be up to the next few months, years?
Well, I mean, kind of just copy and paste what Nathan said a lot. I enjoyed my brief stint here at Only SP. I had a great time pumping out reviews like mad. And almost exactly what Nathan was saying, Only SP is going through a lot of big changes that it wouldn't be fair for me to commit that, because I just can't. I can't commit the time that they are looking for. So I said, you need to find someone else. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing personal about it. Just, I can't. You need someone that is more, that will be able to dedicate more of their time than I am able. So then that's where my time comes from. But in terms of what I'm doing, I'm an old man in school, but I'm also nearing. This is the second half of my second to last year, so my junior year. I think that's how that works. And I like talking about games. I like writing about games. I like making videos about games.
Yeah.
Most of which you can find on youtube.com/Rantastic Productions. And yeah, I'll keep that up to date, because that's my stupid channel. If I screw it up, it's not hurting anybody but me. So, like, I'll keep going with that nonsense, and maybe I'll start a website too.
Randy, I have an idea.
You
Talk to me afterwards.
Oh wait, okay.
2 lads leaving, thinking about starting a website. Who knows what might happen?
Adam,
Myself, I'm on
to
my
me
out outdoors as well. Yeah, talking afterwards. Only
I know a
SP
guy.
listeners, I'm on. Yeah,
go. He's selling websites by the dime, man.
yeah. I'm also on my way out. Jerry Lavelle will be in more than capable hands. He is probably going to make this podcast more popular than I could ever hope. He very successful in the past with Clutch Gaming, and he will be more than efficient and more than charismatic for this podcast. Myself, I'm moving on to youtube.com/AdamMVP. If you want to see some of my stuff, Platinum Journey compilation videos, edited videos,
Drunk
fucking
playthroughs,
opinion shows, like whatever
Yes.
happens, just crazy amount of shit. And that's myself. Only SP will continue. It is going to continue to grow. It is going to continue to thrive. They got a bunch of magnificent writers on the side. I'm talking
more coming
Simon
in.
Nash. More coming in. Yeah, that's true.
Even better than
It's
me.
like you got.
It blows us out of the water.
Yeah,
We
man.
suck
Yeah,
compared
as
to
in,
these
like,
new
shit.
guys.
These guys are nice.
As in, Only SP is getting an upgrade. It's out with the old, in with the new, in with the better.
Ooh.
It is magnificent. So, if you wanna, you can visit onlysp.com. On the webpage, you can find the link to the Facebook, the Twitter, the Fastabook, the YouTubes, whatever you want. Who knows? Who gives a shit? Either way, follow all that jazz and have fun at onlysp.com for features, reviews, latest news, all shenanigans, and enjoy the community.
Yeah.
All the best.
If you had a good time listening to us, just let us know if you enjoyed listening to us, and we'll be sure to give you a message back, because I personally had a great time on the podcast. It was great fun chatting to
Yeah.
everyone, no matter who was
Fantastic.
on.
It's a highlight for me podcast.
So
Yeah, and I've only had like 28 shots, so I'm good.
Yeah, so
So yeah, if you had a good time listening to us on the podcast, be it back when Mike and John were on it, or back when Adam took over, or back when me and Matt were talking E3, or back when Elle confused, what was it, she confused Bastion with
Bastion
Raid.
and Braid.
Raid.
Oh,
Foolish
what a-
mistake. Or if
What a foolish bitch! How dare she? She was banned.
I'm glad she's not here
She
to
was
defend
just
herself.
banned. She
Yeah,
can't defend
There's
herself.
no reason she's not here
done.
anymore.
Yeah, she's done.
We had-
she's done.
we had to-
She was fired.
We had to put her down.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He says
She's-
fired, but that's being polite.
I mean, like fired out of a cannon.
Yeah, you fired a gun at her.
training
that's-
for a circus. So yeah, if you've enjoyed listening to this podcast, you know what, it's always nice to hear that someone actually enjoys the content you make. So I'm not being conceited and say I need to hear it. I'm just saying it'd be nice to hear it. So yeah, if you did enjoy the podcast, you know, just let us know, because it always
Yeah, leave a comment.
it's always
we'll
nice.
check the
Yeah,
comments.
and we will reply and say, hey, you know, thanks
Hey,
for
you
listening.
suck. No,
Hey,
okay.
no, you're great, kinda, most of the time. Anyways, well, what
Brilliant.
is the last trick we have under our sleeves, gentlemen? What?
Oh shit!
Nah, we got.
Stream
It's
review
too late
is
now.
fucking
It's too late
Steam.
now. There's no way. It's approaching 2 hours, and we
Yeah,
just.
dude, we're
We'll pocket it. We'll save it. It will reemerge somewhere else. I promise you.
yeah.
Oh.
And the only way you can know that for sure is if you follow one of us at blah 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 blah. blah. Go back and listen to all that
Yeah,
stuff.
we've
For like fucking 19 plugs.
okay.
Well, the name of
At
this episode is going to
Rantastic
be
Productions,
Cheap Plugs,
Adam MVP, or
Hatton News.
News.
Hatton News.
There you go. Hatton Nuggets.
Oh, fuck it,
Right.
yeah. Like, Nathan, I appreciate the fact you researched Steam reviews, but we're pushing 2 hours.
Okay. Can we
So I
close on a
think-
joke? Does everyone have a joke prepared?
Yes.
Does everyone else have a joke
Wait.
prepared? Because I'm just gonna.
No.
No,
Okay.
I didn't know we were doing this.
Okay. Here we go. So, here's the joke. Why do the Irish only put 239 beans in their soup? Because one more bean would be too farty. Here you go. Just the silence is all I needed.
Fuck it, we're done. We're
Yeah,
done.
like,
We are
Only
at-
SP
top that.
number
Oh, sorry, that's going to do it.
Only SP number 10 is in the books. Adam's final episode, Randy's final episode, Nathan's final episode. Thank you all for listening. See you around.
Take care, guys.
miss you guys.
I'm still standing after all this time. Come on, guys.
That fucking hell.
Good night, Seattle. Hey, I'm making a career out of singing. I was hoping you wouldn't, and I was glad. Oh shit, I better stop recording. Okay, no.